magnifique, and it's really amazing, and it's really a surprise, and it's really a good reward for the long journey I have in these last 2 years. And merci beaucoup for you to organize this event, and of course merci for French May who supported my project, and French Consulate who helps organize a lot of interviews, and you as one of the interviewees and other interviewees, and without your generous support, this performance won't be realized. So yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing journey. Yeah, it's a term very related to another term, documentary theater. And documentary theater, well, basically it's like documentary film, but we do it in theater. So it means that all the materials are from reality. And I interviewed people or find materials from existing documents. And then I put all this data, all these materials together, and then find a theatrical way to present this data, these materials. And ethno theater means that we focus on a particular group of people. And this time I focus on the French community in Hong Kong. So that's why I use the label ethno theater to describe this project, particularly Hong Kong. Yeah, the idea originally, I think more than 2 years ago, when I was thinking about the question about the, Hong Kong identity. What is Hong Kong? What is so special about Hong Kong? And what is Hong Kongers? And then I remember the moment when I felt most like a Hong Konger was when I was outside Hong Kong. When I think in 2007, when I was studying a master degree in London. I spent in London for about a year, and then that's the longest time when I was away from Hong Kong. And at that moment, I felt most like a Hong Konger, in the sense that from time to time, I want to have a dish of warm rice, char siu fan, barbecue pork rice in Chinatown. Although, well, it's quite expensive, well, more expensive than Hong Kong, but you still, from time to time, you want to have such a warm dish, and you realize that, well, you are Hong Konger, and you want to have a milk tea, for example, and so I think maybe it's interesting to ask the, well, quote-unquote outsiders about this issue, the outsiders in Hong Kong, about what is Hong Kong to you, and what is so special about Hong Kong to you? Why did you come here? So I think, and then I sort of, although at that time I haven't done any research, but I had the gut feeling that there's a long history of French in Hong Kong. Maybe, well, more than 100 years. And so there will be a lot of materials for me to use. So that's why I think, well, let's focus on the French community in Hong Kong. So it started this, and then I talked, and about the same time, French May says they want to have a local program. It means that they are thinking of having more programs related to the local issues or local culture. So they, and then I told this idea to the program director at that time, and she said it's good, and then she told Xavier, the director of French May, and he also found this idea good. So we start working on this project. Yeah. This prize I think is important. First of all, I think it's an important recognition of the work I have done, and of course I have to say thank you to the parties I have mentioned, and also my team, or my creative team, and also the backstage and front house admin team of my theatre company, and they have done a lot to in the project, and I think I think it's I realized that in fact there's much to say about the French community, the French in Hong Kong, the French in general, and also Hong Kong. And I think it gives me, this prize gives me encouragement to maybe in the future to see whether there's any opportunity to explore more about this topic or about these issues, the French community in Hong Kong and Hong Kong. And it's good to put it in a more concrete way. That night, when I received the prize, after the prize, during the chit chat, a French couple, I think the man, I forgot the name, sorry, was one of the receiver of the award. And he came to me and said, "Oh, I've seen your performance," and he congratulated on me, not just on the award but also on the performance. He said, "Wow, it really said a lot about." He found the resonance in the performance as a French person living in Hong Kong. There's a lot. He felt the same as what as the content of the performance. So it's always I always hope that theatre is a place of exchange or a dialogue, and I think that the performance should not be the end of the dialogue. It should the starting point of the dialogue, to open a dialogue, and that's the starting of the dialogue, and then we continue to chat about his experience as a French in Hong Kong, and I think it's good. It's really nice to have such a dialogue. As I say, there's much to say about the French and the French community in Hong Kong, and also I think there's a rich culture in France. There is such a rich culture, the French culture. There's a lot that we can do. For example, like last year, apart from the stage reading version of this performance, I also did a series of lecture talk on the French theatre history. I select some excerpts from the masterpieces of French drama, and then introduced to Hong Kong audience. I think it's so good. There are so many good masterpieces of French drama that's worth introduced to Hong Kong people. So I think I hope in the future maybe we can do more about. I can do more to bridge the two cultures, the French culture and the Hong Kong culture.